I'm Ashton.
I'm Beks, and this is our F1 podcast.
Beks, who's your favorite racer of the season?
Gotta say Max, because he was just OP this season. Like, no one was beating him. And he broke, 20 records this season? And half of them were his own records. So, you can't even argue that Max wasn't the top racer this season.
True.
What about you?
I would also say Max. I'd say Max because everyone dislikes him, and he's still the greatest racer at the moment.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of talk between Lewis fans and Max fans. Still stuck on that 2021 thing.
They'll never get over it.
No one will, because who do you think should have won?
Should have won. Max. Did win. Max. But
It's just wild.
they'll just argue it.
Lewis fans, can't say that on podcast. Lewis fans just be all over him all the time.
They'll never stop.
But, I don't know, Max was just crazy this season. So was Red Bull. Red Bull's car was wild.
Red Bull's car, Red Bull's team, I guess you could say.
Constructors champions. What do you think about next season? Do you think
Next season, I hope there's a little bit more of other people's names.
Yeah.
A little bit more variety in the races. But still hope to see Max at the top.
Yeah, I think we will see Max still at the top for a little bit, but I hope we
100%.
see some more competition. That's the only thing with this season. It's really boring. I don't know,
Yeah.
just Max's reign this season kind of pissed me off. Even though he is one of my favorite racers, just hearing the Dutch national anthem all season kind of just pissed me off. Got
Hearing it over and over
over
again.
and over and over again. But
And seeing his name almost every race.
kind of got to the point where it's like, once I saw how qualifying went, even if it was bad for Max, it was just like you kind of knew he was going to be on top.
And even if he wasn't on top, never leaves the podium.
Yeah, I mean, and even, I don't know, he just came back from that break in the summer, just crazy.
Dominant.
Red Bull is just, like, even though they did go a little over in their budget.
What's a budget in F1?
What is a budget? What's the point? If people are going to go over it anyways.
I think every team went over their budget in F1. But if they had no budget, either McLaren or Mercedes would just have a ridiculous car.
Yeah, facts. I don't know. Also, everyone was lacking on their pit stops this year besides Red Bull. McLaren had some good ones, and so did Mercedes. So did
Mercedes
Ferrari.
had some mess ups.
Bro. I just hope we see Ferrari at the top next year.
I feel like Ferrari's gonna do great.
They just had to have a better strategy and not have their drivers have so much stuff on them. I feel like Carlos and Charles were just having they had to do way more than a normal driver should have to do.
For no reason.
The drivers shouldn't have to strategize. They shouldn't have to.
They shouldn't have to come up with their own plans.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I don't think it's.
They have a whole crew for a whole reason.
Yeah, I mean, you're paying all these people to do all these jobs, and you still have your drivers doing their jobs for them. It's just disappointing because Charles and Carlos they're amazing drivers. They just don't have a team to back them up for it.
Exactly.
Sad to see. Hate to see it. But
That's what happens in F1.
it is what happens in F1.
Sad to see.
Who do you think would stand up to Max next season?
Stand up to Max or stand up to Red Bull?
Stand up to Max.
I want to see someone on Ferrari.
I want to see Charles stand up to Max.
Charles versus Max would be great.
It would be, but I think another thing that'd be great would be to see Charles at Red Bull.
At Red Bull.
But I don't think we'll see that. He's very, very committed to Ferrari.
Yeah. And if Charles was on Red Bull would just be an unfair team.
Yeah, unpopular opinion, I want to see Perez out of that Red Bull seat. I think he's been here too long, and I don't think he's shown up for it. The fact that Max got booed this season at the USA race is honestly just
It's ridiculous.
I think people just need to have respect on his name. Yeah, I get being a fan of other drivers and not being able to see.
Your driver succeed and only one driver.
But it's not like you're booing at him is gonna do anything.
It's not going to make him a slower racer.
You just look ridiculous.
If anything, it would make Max want to drive faster, succeed more.
Yeah, because honestly, from personal experience in sports, having people against you will make you play better.
Exactly.
And also, on another topic, I think, do you want Norris to stay at McLaren?
Eh.
I don't know. I don't know how to
I
feel.
would have to say eh.
I want to see him win.
I want to see him win. Is he on the team to win with?
I don't know.
Questionable.
Yeah. And it's just, like, wild. Like, I mean, he debuted in 2018, and he still doesn't have a single win. Not even a sprint win.
But he could.
But he could. And honestly,
100% could.
it's just sad seeing those interviews of him, like, doubting himself, saying that he's, like, talentless, saying that he's not good.
About the car that is proving so tricky for you?
Nothing, just lack of talent. I'm starting where I deserve to be because I've just done a bad job, you know.
Really just the team.
Yeah, and McLaren is a great program, and they're really good and stuff, but, like, I don't know. Like, I hope to see Norris at the top next year. Not saying at the very top.
If not,
but
yeah. I would say like top 3.
I want to see him on podium
On the
more.
podium.
I want to see him win one.
I want to see his name at least.
Yeah, like, I want him to see him at least win, like, a sprint race.
Untalked about.
Underrated.
Exactly.
And, I don't know. I was pissed about Vegas this year.
You know, it's definitely bad when the racers themselves say that a race isn't good.
Max's interviews killed me.
Too funny. I love how honest Max is.
It's
I'm not sure, don't ask me. But was it a fun track to drive? Did you enjoy it?
No, I've had better tracks in my life.
it's really good quality. And also, why lie? If you don't need to lie, why do it?
He's making the money from it. He's doing amazing in the races. There's nothing to lie about.
Dude, I feel bad for Charles sometimes because every time you get the pole this season, Max just comes in and takes the win.
And it's not even... He's not even really getting acknowledged anymore.
Yeah, and it's sad because, I don't know. I hate seeing a driver call himself stupid and, like, so self-deprecating when it's not you. It's not the driver.
It's not even really their fault at all.
Nope. And also, Vegas' grid this year was just ridiculous. Really, like Carlos's accident with the water pipe and, what was it, practice or qualifying? I don't remember.
I think it was practice.
Yeah, I think it was
not
people.
crazy.
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous.
It
Like,
shouldn't happen.
and they spent so much money on a track for it to break,
Yeah.
which ruined Carlos's car, which, in my personal opinion, I think is a large reason that he crashed
100%.
in the beginning of the race. I don't know.
Easily could have been avoided.
What's your dream duo to see? Like,
Dream as in like, who would I just want to see in general, or possible dream?
not possible dream. You could put any two racers together on any team. What are you
So-
putting and where?
There's the team that would get hated, but would be unstoppable, which is obviously Lewis and Max. Let's be
Yeah.
real.
There's just the problem with that is they're both just such dominant people.
They couldn't be on a team together since they're
I
so
think they
good.
would just both butt heads so much. Seeing them in the same car, it would be very entertaining, but I don't think it would work as a team.
I feel like it would almost be less entertaining because of the fact that they're both such good drivers that if one was to succeed, the other would just try and succeed more.
Mm-hmm.
But they just keep succeeding, and it would just go on and on
Yeah,
and on.
I think it would still be a reign over Red Bull. I think it would still just be Red Bull dominating, especially if they were both there.
100%.
And I feel like it's nice having them on two separate teams.
Because they're the two people you want to see competing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if I had to choose a duo, I want to bring back Max and Daniel. They were just, but I
Two
want to see them
brothers.
now. Like, their dynamic was great, but I would like to see them now with Max improving so much since when they were together. I mean, Daniel's openly stated that he would love to come back to Red Bull, and that leaving Red Bull was like his biggest mistake. But
And
just be wild.
seeing Max treat a teammate as a teammate again would be amazing.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's hard for Max and Perez to be buddy-buddy, because, I mean, Perez is like twice his age.
Of course, but there's still always a teammate factor
I mean,
on the team.
yeah. But it's just hard, because I feel like Daniel brought out the best in Max. Like, he was,
100%. He gave him the glow to shine.
yeah, dang, that was inspirational right there. But, I don't know. Like, I know Max was younger, so like obviously he had some more energy. But we still see Max have energy with, like, Charles and Lando.
Max has
and stuff.
energy with everybody.
He has energy, and so I feel like if we had Daniel back with him, it would just be like, I feel like he'd be a lot livelier.
I feel like Max would just, in general, have more energy if he had a teammate that he enjoys being with and being around.
Yeah.
And if you were able to see Max with a teammate and teammates were able to work off of each other, instead of Max just being so high up there and doing so great, he could have a teammate that he could pull up. And even if he didn't pull him up, he would still push him forward.
Yeah, I feel like also Max needs a teammate that's gonna push him.
Exactly.
I feel like Perez just didn't push him the way he needed to be.
And it's almost like he was trying to get Max to let him through most of the time.
I don't know. It's just kind of sad seeing Max so dull with a teammate after being so alive
So
with
successful.
and like so like happy with Daniel there. I mean, it's just their dynamic was just amazing, and I feel like that's a duo that I hope will be brought back in future seasons.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. When do you think Lewis is going to retire?
When do I think or when should he?
I mean,
Lewis will probably not retire. How old is he right now?
38? 36?
He's 38. I'll say he's probably going to retire around like 42.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Bro,
but
Fernando
true.
needs to go, bro. I love him to death, but he needs to retire. Dude.
Great person, but he needs to hang up the.
Dude, did you know he was racing before Piastri was born?
That's ridiculous.
Because there was an interview with them in it, and they were talking about when Fernando just started like becoming like being an F1 driver, and he said the year and the month, and it was March 2001, and Oscar was born in April
It's ridiculous.
2001. It's just crazy. Like he's been here for so long. It's like, bud,
Well,
retire.
some drivers are how old? Like what? Like almost like 19.
Oh yeah,
21?
I mean Max was the youngest driver ever at 17.
Yeah.
17 is crazy. I'm 16.
17's ridiculous. I'm turning 17 next year. I'm not gonna be a millionaire in F1.
No. I mean, he was already a millionaire, though. Got that trust fund.
He wasn't.
His parents were.
His
He had
parents
a
were.
trust fund,
Now
though.
he is the millionaire.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on Max's dad. That guy needs to go. I hate that man.
Did you watch the clip of him driving his dad around a track
No.
in a Salem 1 car? His dad was screaming out to slow down. It was the funniest thing ever.
Nah, I hate Max's dad. Like, imagine your kid loses a race, right? You drop him off at a gas station by himself when he's like 10. Someone call CPS, because that's a problem.
It's child endangerment.
It's more than child endangerment. He could have been dead right now. Imagine Max Verstappen, just dead.
Never became the legend he is and legend he will be.
Yeah, but honestly, I just want to see someone else at the top. I want to hear a different national anthem next season. I'm sick of the Dutch one. I can't hear it anymore.
That's understandable.
I think I could sing it at this point.
Maybe word for word.
Honestly, it's syllable for syllable. I can hum it. Because I can't do it anymore, y'all. I want to hear someone else.
It's definitely understandable.
Yep, but luckily for Ferrari fans, we have the off season, so we can take that to recover and not be depressed because of whatever Ferrari's doing, because it's sad and it's unfortunate and they can't do it anymore.
They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back hard.
I just need to see Ferrari in that winning spot because I can't handle it anymore.
And you think about it, Ferrari has everything.
Yeah.
Everything they could ever need
Mhm.
to be 1 over every single race. Yeah, you don't really see them.
They've just been invisible this whole season, which is so unfortunate.
Which they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't. It's
At all.
Ferrari.
As
Red
Ferrari.
Bull. Red Bull's not a driving
Red
company.
Bull's a drink. Ferrari specializes in cars.
But honestly,
and
Red Bull be doing
beverages.
everything. Red Bull be snowboarding, skateboarding,
I don't think there's
skydiving,
there's a single sport
or dangerous
or
activity that they don't be
dangerous
doing.
or competitional activity you can name that Red Bull hasn't or isn't a part of.
Honestly, I could hit up Red Bull right now and ask them to make me a new thing to do, and they'll do it.
Red Bull can make a team for the longest sitting.
Literally,
And
and
they'd
it'll
win.
still be hype.
Exactly.
And I
They'd
just,
make it interesting.
these car companies should be winning F1.
Like
How you
Aston
getting beat by an
Martin,
energy drink?
McLaren, Mercedes,
I mean,
F1.
Red Bull was trash. They were so bad during
Horrible.
when they first started. The worst.
And now they're the best team out there right now.
Because they got a solid strategy, a very good car, very good
Very expensive car.
very over budget car, very good drivers, and I think they just have that dynamic and bond.
If F1 had,
It's crazy.
not F1, if Red Bull had a little bit more of just pure teamwork, it would be over.
Yep.
It would be over.
It would be over. Okay, ready? Final thing. What's your F1 hot take? Your most out of pocket, wildest statement.
That they should to make or to get people on or into a team, or for a person to get into a team that they want to get on, they should just have to prove it in a single race or
What?
over a single season.
What do you mean?
And if they succeed in that season, they get on to the team they want.
What do you mean? So, give me an example.
So, let's say someone off of Aston Martin,
Okay.
right, wants to get to Ferrari.
Okay.
And Aston Martin hasn't been putting up numbers or been on the podium a whole season.
Yep.
This guy goes, I want to be on Red Bull. He throws something at Red Bull. Red Bull's like, prove it in a season. And he gets at least top 3 every race during that season. And someone on Red Bull doesn't, they swap him.
Okay, I get it. So the survival of the fittest type beat.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I feel like, realistically, that would make teams horribly, stupidly good.
Okay. It would up the competition.
It would up the competition, and I feel like a seat would have more
Value, maybe?
more value on a team.
Yep.
And
No one's solidified in the seat. You don't
Exactly,
perform up to what you think, you're gone.
you can't just be famous and
Okay.
be like, oh, I'm Max Verstappen. I'm on Red Bull because I'm cool.
Oh,
You have to
I got
be,
you.
I'm Max Verstappen. I'm an amazing driver, and I'm on Red Bull because
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a great driver.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that people, not naming names, think some drivers, even though they were amazing when they were younger, they were in their prime, 2015 type beat, and you're not good now, I think that's a sign. You don't got to keep going. You made your mark. You made your money.
It's F1.
You're good.
It's F1. F1 shouldn't. I feel like in sports, in NBA or football, you have to play and you have to keep playing until you can't play anymore.
Yeah.
F1 should be you drive, you do good, you drive, you stop doing good, you stop doing it.
Yeah, I mean, if you already aren't made, you're an influential person and you made money and you won a lot and you're not doing that anymore.
You leave your mark on F1.
I would say this about Max too. If Max was putting up numbers really good, this year, and then
let's say
5
next
years
season,
from now,
or next season, he does absolutely horrendous,
and he keeps going down,
and he keeps going for seasons to come. Even though he's great right now, he should get off.
yeah. I mean, what's the point?
Why keep going?
Yo, I was looking and pissed off when all these influencers all of a sudden started becoming big in F1 because it was in Vegas. You do not
Yeah.
know how many TikTokers I've never seen talk about F1. And that doesn't mean that they don't watch it, but like they
No.
probably don't.
There was a lot of people who were just at F1 because they're famous and they could be.
Yeah, just because it was in like
And it
a
was in
city that near
Vegas.
them. I don't like that. Like, because they took away. I'm not saying I would have bought tickets because I ain't got money like that. But
If I did, I would
if I did,
be there.
but like you're taking seats away from people who actually watch F1 because you want to be there for your Instagram post.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's just, I mean, it's wild.
I feel like an influencer should have no say or
Yeah.
no stay in something they don't pay attention to. Like there's influencers who have never posted a single thing or talked about
Yeah.
a single thing of F1 and they're at the races acting like they know every single thing about F1.
Yeah, and they'd be sitting there. They don't have any gear on. They don't even have a team they're rooting for because they don't know the
They
team.
don't know anybody on teams.
Yeah, and then as soon as the race ends, they go
They
back
just-
to their regular content and they never talk about F1 again until maybe next year when it's hosted at Miami or wherever it's going to be hosted.
I was gonna say it's getting hosted at Miami.
I mean, it did this year too. But, dude, we gotta cut the Qatar race. Dude, the drivers were passing out, dude. They were
Wasn't
on.
there like multiple?
Yeah, I mean, people were. I mean, Lance Stroll fell into the ambulance. People were lightheaded. Like, well, I mean, these
Racers.
racers are in driving suits and they're hot
Heated, and
they're
it's just there's no.
they
like,
just went on a
ACs.
2-hour race and they get out of their cars and they're in 105-degree weather. Like, that's not suitable conditions.
I feel like races should be hosted in like these like staple places, but they gotta pick a good
Yeah, they gotta think about
weather
it.
condition and because you're in a suit which is making you hot even if you're in snow
Yeah.
and you're driving in a car in hot weather, so it's just hot air blowing at you consistently, and then you get out and you're even hotter because the air is no longer blowing at you. It's just steady hot.
Yeah, and you're just like tired and you've been racing forever.
It's ridiculous.
I think the FIA needs to step up their game because these racers can't be doing this.
Exactly.
Especially if they go through all this training. I mean, they don't train for 110-degree weather.
Yeah, they don't sit them in saunas with
Driving
with
suits on.
driving suits on and angel things above their head.
Oh yeah, the
telling them
halos.
to.
That is good that they
It's a great thing.
I'm glad they brought those on because I mean we've seen why. Rest in peace,
Too many
Jules.
crashes.
Rest in peace. But I don't know. It's just the FIA is ridiculous lately, and I don't know. But anything else you want to say? Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Hearing this.
Come on. We were on a roll.
No, wait. We'll just cut that.
All right, boom.
Okay. I don't know.
Bang.
What the? What was?